where there was nothing big to do. So don't stop taking picture of me.
You just keep going.
Nothing big to do. So what did Pickles do? He ran after little cats. He ran after very little cats. That came into the yard, and he chased the little cat out of the yard. This was a bad thing. But it was all that Pickles could find to do. Next to Pickles' yard was a house. In the house lived many cats, who called out to Pickles. Are you bad? You are bad. You cannot be our friend. But Pickles didn't have a friend. Didn't have a friend in the house. His friend was Mr. Goodkind. Whoa. Every day, Mrs. Goodkind came into the yard and gave Pickles something to eat. One day, Mrs. Goodkind said, "Pickles, you're not a bad cat. You're not a good cat. You are good and bad. And bad and good. You're a mixed up cat. What you need is a good home. Then you will be good. Miss Goodkind picked up, so you mixed up good cats. She took her home to live. Miss Goodkind's home, there was a pretty chair for Pickles to sit on. There were toys for him to play with. But Pickles did not want to sit on a pretty chair. He did not want to play with toys. He ran back to his barrel in the yard and began to chase the little cats again. Mrs. Goodkind said to Pickles, These cannot go on like this. Something will happen. The next day, Pickles chased a little cat. Up and a little cat up an old tree. He climbed after her. Pickles sat up in the tree. Here's the little cat. He wouldn't not let her climb down. After
No.
After a time, the wind began to blow. It blew and blew and blew, and the rain came down hard. It came down harder and harder. At last, Pickles let the little cat climb down and go home. Pickles wanted to climb down too. He wanted to get back into his barrel, but he could not climb down because sometimes this happens to a cat, and it happens to Pickles. This is good kind ran to enter a tree. Pickles, she called, please try to come down. But Pickles could not come down. Mrs. Goodkind ran into her house. Mrs. Goodkind ran into her house. Pickles could see her by the window. She was talking on the telephone. Then she called out for Pickles. The firemen are coming. Whoa! A fire truck came up the street and stopped at Pickles' yard. 3 firemen jumped out from the truck. Mrs. Goodkind came